taking you on a journey through the world of music, from old school hits and classics to today's biggest projects. The only station that covers heavy metal to hip hop and R&B and everything in between. The sound of the people is CTR.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Charts Upper Radio here on Friday, where today we're going to be discussing one of my most anticipated albums of the year. We got Youngeen's Life of Betrayal ×2, or 2 times, whatever you want to say. So if you've randomly just come across this video and you don't know who Youngeen is, just a bit of a background story. He's one of the biggest stars in Jacksonville, Florida right now. It's probably him or a guy called Julio. Him and Julio are pretty much at war with each other, and they have been for quite a long time. Youngeen is on one side, Julio is on another. It's way too much to go into if this is just initial album reaction. If you want to know more about it, there are far more channels better than me that can tell you all about it. Like, I do it myself, but it's been there's been far too many discussions on the internet about it. That's all I can say. But Youngeen, one of the most talented people in Jacksonville at the minute, and one of the most anticipated stars, as in I think he's going to blow up this year if he hasn't already. I mean, you might have heard one of the songs that we're going to be discussing today on the album. For me, that's probably the best song on the album anyway. Still a little bit of a spoiler before we get into it. Now for me, I like Youngeen, but I do think 40 odd minutes is a little bit too long to listen to his auto-tune flow. It does get a little bit annoying. That's not an insult to his flow. You know, you got to do him, but at the same time, know your limits and maybe switch it up a little bit. That's one of the criticisms I would give about this album. The second one is, I think it's a little bit too long in general. I mean, you've got 16 songs on there, and quite a few of them fill the album and don't really contribute much to it. And now, it's hard to put into words how I feel about it. Now, I like the big songs on this album. You got Hideaway with King Von. King Von died about, I think it was around this time last year actually. Just to hear him on a song, you know, one more time, it's always great to hear. You've got Who I Smoke with Spinner Benz and so many other people with the sampling I Miss You from White Chicks, if you know the song. It's probably one of the most hardest diss tracks I've ever heard, and yet I am counting the early 90s beefs and everything. If you've never heard Who I Smoke, go and listen to this song. Honestly, guys, like it's so savage. I don't know what to say to you. Like, honestly, Who I Smoke is absolutely insane. Just to put it in perspective for you, in the chorus, they're literally talking about who these guys have shot, who these guys have killed, who these guys have like ran up on at hotels and like tried to kill him, and then he was like, "Oh crap, he survived." He's pretty much the biggest self-snitching song I've heard since Hot N-Word by Bobby Shmurda. If that gives you any more perspective on the song. But Hardaway with King Von, probably, if Who I Smoke isn't the best song on the album, the Hardaway definitely is. It's a choice between those two for me. For me, it's a little bit too filled with songs that sound exactly the same. It gets a little bit better at the end. You've got Heartache, you've got E-Way, and then you've got I Deserve It at the end. But a lot of the songs are very, very samey, and I do think that's due to his auto-tune style that I feel like he refuses to change. Once again, in little doses, that's absolutely fine. You can listen to Youngeen however you like, but I think in smaller doses is how I like to enjoy my Youngeen. 44 minutes was a little bit too long for me, and if I'm honest, by the end of the album, I was a little bit, this noise is absolutely driving me insane. It really was. It was horrible. It was like listening to, I don't know, I can't really, just picture any auto-tune rapper these days. It was like listening to that, except I feel like, you know, while he was in the booth, he was sucking in a little bit of helium. That's all I can say. I'm gonna say my final verdict of this album is, it's sad. It's really sad, and that's not a negative. It's got a story behind it. This guy, Youngeen, I don't know if you've heard of him. I'm assuming you have if you've got to this video. He witnessed His brother gets shot. He was in the car when 3 of his mates were killed in a drive-by. He has seen a lot, this guy, and he's still only young. It's only been a couple of years since all of that happened. It's just a sad album of him explaining his life, him and explaining his story, what he's been through, what he's seen, his plans and his dreams for the future. Like in the last song, he says, "I had a dream, I won a Grammy. I deserve a lot more awards and, you know, recognition for what I'm doing." I tend to agree. I think he's going to blow up this year. If not this year, next year, 100%. He's already in the limelight with Who I Smoke. If he's got a collab with King Von, dead or not, then it shows that it shows his appreciation for this kind of music that he's into. Now, is it better than Tyler the Creator's album last week? I really want to say yeah, but it's not. I really want to say yeah. Tyler the Creator's album was absolutely fantastic last week. It was really good, and this for me was one of the most anticipated albums of the year. I was really looking forward to it, and it didn't really live up to the hype for me. Honestly, it didn't. It was okay. It was okay. It wasn't bad. I'm gonna give it I nearly said 6. Is 6 too harsh? I don't know. I'm gonna give it a 7. I'm gonna give it a 7. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 7. Just because of the storytelling in the album, because of the collabs that are on the album, the 2 massive tunes, Hardaway and Who I Smoke on the album, absolutely great tunes. If you've not heard of them, and go and listen to them individually. You don't have to listen to the entire album. Would I recommend it? Honestly, no. I wouldn't recommend listening to the entire album. Listen to the last 3 songs: Heartache, E-Way, and I Deserve It. King Von's collab, Hardaway, and Who I Smoke with Spinner Benz and so many other people in that song. It's an absolute classic. It's probably one of the best diss tracks of all time, and I'm not just saying that. It's genuinely one of the best diss tracks of all time. I don't know if you I've noticed throughout this video, I keep sort of looking away from the camera and looking towards the camera. It's because I'm currently using a different setup and I'm using my phone at the minute to record this video, so I don't really know where to look. I think I'm looking in the right place. I know that's off topic, but if you know the channel, that's what I do. I kind of just drift off topic, especially on the podcast. But I'm not going to let it happen on the reactions, okay? So that's it, guys. Go listen to it. Maybe not all of it. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not angry with it. I'm not angry with the album like I was with Public Enemy last year. That was a big one for me, which I just thought was terrible. Honestly, I did. Got a little bit of hate for that. I don't really want you to go through and listen to the entire album. That's all I'm going to say. It's a good piece of work. Well done to Youngeen for getting it out. And yeah, that's it, guys. If you want to go check out all the work that I did last week, I did a review on Doja Cat's album, Planet Hurt, and as I mentioned before, I did Tyler the Creator's album. And that for me is an absolutely fantastic piece of work. Go and watch that, guys. Go and listen to my reaction. If you agree, you know, do what you want to do. Comment, like. If you like this video, hit the like button, hit the bell. Please subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get this channel up and running as my TikTok is. But I'm really into music and this is my main focus. So guys, that's it. Peace out. Hope you have a great weekend, by the way. Peace.
Chart Topper Radio.